How are you?
Hey, how are you
How do
doing,
you feel
Laura?
after the transplant?
I'm feeling great. I've expected more pain, but actually everything has been super smooth
Smooth?
sailing. Yes.
That's great. So, can you first, introduce yourself a bit?
I'm UFC lightweight fighter Darrius Flowers, from Chicago, Illinois. Currently living in Iowa, and I'm just turned 30 years old.
Wow, you don't
And
look like it.
oh, not anymore.
Not
I used to
anymore.
look about 40.
Wow. So, we found the old picture of you actually over here when you had more hair.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How did you feel back then? Like, can you
Um,
compare it?
That back then I felt good. Obviously, I still had a head full of hair, but
Yeah.
I had just cut my dreadlocks because I was just starting to thin.
You
But
had
you could,
dreadlocks.
yes, long dreadlocks, but you couldn't tell yet. Only I knew. But I
Yeah.
didn't care because you couldn't see it, you know.
Yeah.
But a little bit later,
Mm-hmm.
the thinning starts.
When did it start? Like around which age?
Right there, I'm 21,
Mm-hmm.
and that's when I cut my dreads, and that's when it started. But by the time I was 24, when I met my fiance, my hair loss just went
Wow.
rapidly.
So, like, when did you actually decided to get a hair transplant?
I knew nothing about a hair transplant. I seen some celebrities get their hair back, right? And then I'm like, oh, maybe one day I will get this. And then once I went to Vegas, I moved to Vegas for like 7 months, and I started hanging out with all of the UFC fighters, and then they would come back. All of our coaches would come back from Istanbul with hair transplant. And I'm
The
like,
other celebrities was coming to
yeah, all the
Istanbul.
other UFC fighters were
Yeah.
coming back, and they were like, "Oh, I'm getting a hair transplant."
Yeah.
I asked one of those guys, I'm like, "Yo, put me in connection," and they actually put me in a connection with a different clinic. And after doing more research, I discovered that you guys kind of specializes in Afro texture hair.
Yeah.
So that's how I.
So that's the main reason that you picked Heva, I guess,
yes,
right?
yeah, for sure, right away. As soon as I seen the specialist, the Afro, oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that's great. So, overall, like, how was your experience at Heva Clinic from the beginning, till the end?
From getting picked up to the airport. From the airport to the hotel is amazing. The atmosphere here in Istanbul is amazing. And then coming in here, it's very unique, and it's an exquisite feeling.
Is the first time in Istanbul, or have you
This is
ever
my
been?
first time out of the country.
Yeah.
I've
Out
always
of the
been
country.
always been in America, all over
Yeah.
America. But
You should be even more excited then.
yeah, so now I was always nervous. Now I'm less nervous
Yeah.
to come out, thanks to you guys here at Heva Clinic.
Maybe we will come later to explore even more.
Yes,
Istanbul.
absolutely. I plan on coming back to get some more work done. I didn't want to harvest too much.
Yeah.
So I wanted to, get some more
filling
work
the
done,
crown.
maybe 8 months, a year from now.
Yeah.
And I plan on also getting more teeth work, maybe veneers. So and now I'm very comfortable, and I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, I'll come back, maybe come back again. I
That's
like
doable.
it. Yeah. Yeah.
That's nice to hear. So we're gonna see you again.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
That's great. So I would like to ask, what would you like to say to people who are experiencing hair loss but also have hesitations about getting a transplant? Like, what would you like to say to them?
Well, I've had my hairline back for one day, and there's nothing to wait on. There's nothing to wait. Contact Heva. My consultant was Brandon. Yeah, you contact them through WhatsApp. They're very trustworthy. The biggest thing is, am I being scammed? Everybody's thinking like, is this real?
Yeah, because you hear all of the horror stories all around.
And everybody thinks like, no, it's going to be me. They're going to scam me.
Yeah.
And they're not going to scam you. It's legitimate. And then not only that, it's going to change your life, save your life. A lot of people go through depression. Like even myself, sometimes you get little depression modes because you just see yourself and you're like, what is this?
Yeah.
So
that's a very important thing.
Yeah. So now I'm it's one day in, and like I'm feeling great. I'm just got my teeth done. I'm smiling.
Just one day.
Just one day already. So I'm just looking forward to the future. I'm ready for 4 months and to do my journey. Like I've even been blogging, online.
Yeah.
Just feeling really happy.
So like, would you recommend us to the other friends at UFC maybe?
Oh yeah, definitely UFC. Some of my friends at UFC already have it. But I definitely recommend any of my UFC friends, especially my African American or Afro Brazil, any Afro, and not just Afro, all nationalities,
Yeah.
But if you are an Afro American, Brazilian, whatever you are, this is for sure the place for you to come.
Yeah, that's great to hear. So you have a tattoo over here. What's the meaning of it?
Actually, Right after that picture you showed me, a couple
You don't have a
months,
tattoo there.
nope, a couple
Yeah.
months after that picture, I won my first title in MMA, and I
Ah.
won by armbar. But that was like my 7th armbar in a row. Basically, it's a jiu-jitsu grappling symbol for Gracie Jiu-Jitsu, the
Wow.
Brazilians, you know?
Yeah.
And it's just a way to show my appreciation and respect and admiration for the sport that changed my life, you know? So it's just a jiu-jitsu symbol, and it represents
Aw.
the gentle sport. It's called
That's very
jiu-jitsu. Yeah.
nice. Yeah. So Darrius, thank you so much for this, interview and everything. I hope your experience was great over here.
Yes. And I want to thank you, Brandon, and all of the other workers here
Yeah.
for the hospitality and the professionalism. Even the people that don't speak much English, they are patient and they try, you know. And I just really recommend Heva to anybody that's looking for not just hair transplant for your head, maybe even beard, eyebrows, you know. They just do good work here. I did a lot of research, and you guys do really good work.
Thank you. Thanks.